Okay, let's move on to capital projects update. We haven't had one of these in a couple months, have we?
He's trying to get his last one out before we hire a director of engineering.
Is that gentleman in the audience right now?
He is. Do you want to go ahead and bring him up to introduce this item and present?
Are we actually paying him yet, or is this just?
It's pro bono tonight, so.
Good to see you, Hill. Look forward to meeting you.
Good evening, Council, Mayor. Before you is the latest capital projects update. And I'm going to start for the next slide. The first project on hand here is the Old City Park over off of Briar Meadow. Before you previously had been the parking lot. It's an updated photo of the parking lot that had been completed. It's been continued in use for different events. You see the grass is growing out there, part of the dog park area. And the latest addition has been the restroom building and pavilion right behind it. That's the pavilion. We'll let you know that we recently did a substantial completion walkthrough with the contractor. Have a punch list items set up for them. They have some certificates for as far as the windstorm, the structural beam, a couple deliverables on their side, and looking forward to the ball's in their court, looking forward for them to have it ready so we can present it to council for acceptance at the next meeting. But the ball is back in their court right now.
Renee,
Yes, sir.
when do we expect the dog park to open?
I will need to lean on.
We can get a soft opening within the next week or so. We had intentionally delayed opening the park due to the lack of restroom facilities since it hadn't been accepted, but everything else at the facility is operational. So staff is working on getting it open within the next week or so, but it's going to be
Are you really promising 1 week?
I'm really promising,
Awesome.
but I'm not looking at the back of the room because staff may be upset with me.
I know where you can get portable restrooms.
Restrooms are there.
Next project is the Stevenson Park. It's an update. Again, it's a project mainly steered with the Parks Department. Michael Boyd and James Toney did an awesome job. It's just the latest picture of it out there on the backside. It's been open and in use. Next project is the Black Hawk Boulevard. That one, the contractor had been working on their progress for your look on going north, maybe on the west side. I'm pleased to announce that they recently, did a punch list for them, also did a walkthrough, and just this past Friday ended up switching traffic over. They had to knock out a couple items and stuff. They have switched traffic over. I will be transparent and let you know that their schedule they're a little behind on schedule. They, as with staff and also with a consulting engineer, we've pretty much put them on notice, wrote some formal letters to them, making them more advisable about the time frame, and starting to set up that formality with them so that if it does deem necessary and we go down that path as far as liquidated damages and stuff. They've been put on notice, and they're trying to steamroll ahead. Some additional pictures. Next project is the 2018 street maintenance program. Originally, Angel Brothers had came through and did some original asphalt roadways, part of Winding Way, part of Spring Oaks, and other roadways. The process that they've been able to be a benefit to the city is called a reclamation process, where they're basically doing a recycling of the actual millings there. And it's added with some lime and also some fly ash to reuse it and stabilize the actual asphalt base or the subgrade, and being able to do the whole roadway. Through that process, been able to do a couple of extra asphalt roadways within the same project budget. And here recently, and one of the items before you for tonight for consideration of approval is an actual change order with the same contractor to do additional roadways and some concrete crack sealing, and then also some concrete panel replacements adjacent to where these asphalt roadways are tying in.
To add to what Renee was saying, within their original budget, they were able to add Briar Meadow in front of Klein, Briar Creek between 528 and Greenbrier, the rest of Winding Way to Briar Meadow. And here tonight, we're going to discuss doing Wilderness Trails also, the second half of Wilderness Trails as well. So,
And I'm so glad Mo said that. We've been pushing them and Briar Meadow and Briar Creek, trying to get those roadways out, and they were working on Briar Creek today, as it might have gotten word, and getting them pushed and encouraged to knock those out before school begins. Next one's the desilting project. That one as well, in coordination with the contractor and working on their scope and getting some finalization on their scope and getting that wrapped up. The Greenbrier sidewalks, that was before you at a previous council meeting for acceptance. And that was one of the initial photos. It's an updated photo. It has been since completed and accepted. The next project is the Lift Station 23. That one as well, recently with staff, we had met with the engineer of record and got the 90% drawings back. And we have been in review with them and given them our comments back. And looking forward to, here in the very near future, looking forward to bidding out as far as first starting construction on that project. And the textile items, we have been, as staff, been in coordination, continued coordination with TxDOT regarding different items. Actually, with staff, went down to their headquarters with also our consulting engineer that we dealt with our traffic study, so kind of hit them on two different angles. And I've gotten some multiple email correspondences and phone calls out to them, and not only with the Houston office, but also with the Lamarck office with the area engineer, and trying to get some movement and some coordination, communication with them on different items.
first item on that list is complete. The second item and third items, we're still working with TxDOT to add that information. But the model that Brown and Gay presented to y'all last month with the traffic study will help considerably in showing them the data that warrants the extension of those turn bays.
And with regards to that, we're coordinating with a consulting engineer and trying to schedule a public meeting. Right now, we're looking at the 14th of August is what we're proposing. And that we're trying to coordinate that over at the library as well. And then the last one is the Galveston County Consolidated Drainage District. The latest update on that one, they've been moving full steam ahead as well. If you haven't been out there, they've done a lot of the clearing. A lot of the trees have been cut down and relayed over. They're mulching a lot of the stuff out there, a lot of the trees. It's all a recycling process, reusing the mulch. They've also, some of them, through coordination with the Drainage District Operations Manager, Joseph, he has let us know that also, as far as some of the part of it is being logging as well. In coordination also with city staff and in coordination with the franchise utility companies, getting all the franchise utilities taken care of also, removal of AT&T, Tex New Mexico lines, and then also, we're also coordinating with them on removal of our infrastructure, the underground utilities as far as the water and sewer as well. And that's it. Yes, sir.
Mo already answered this, but just so people know, Clearview Drive, where they're doing that project where they're running the trucks down to the creek, the trucks have really torn that road up. I understand we've moved that road up in the street repair, so it'll get, as soon as the work gets done, it'll be on the list.
Yes, sir.
It's in bad shape now, but
It was in bad shape before the Drainage District started their project. We simply bumped the project back from year one to year two intentionally, knowing that the Drainage District was about to make it even worse. We didn't want to improve the road and damage the new road, so it will be done in year two.
Thank you, Mo. That's exactly correct.
Thanks, Renee.